Alright, so I was talking with a YouTube buddy, Horras'n Gear. He recently subscribed to each other's channels, and I wanted to kind of show you what I've been doing with my Magpul CTR stock. He did a review on his CTR stock, and he had a little bit of a wiggle after you engage the buffer tube, whatever you want to call this, the tightening system. But anyway, when you squeeze this on the CTR, it presses these flanges right here and squeezes this part of the buffer tube. It squeezes it, and for whatever reason, whether Magpul is getting lax in their quality control or whatever the case may be, mine still and his still had a little bit of a wiggle when you engaged the lock for the buffer tube to make it secure. So I've devised a fix for this, and I wanted to share it with everyone. It's really simple, and real quickly, all I had to do, if you don't have this, go to the hardware store and pick up duct tape. This is actually, not duct tape brand, but it's what they use, commercially what you would use to seal, your aluminum ductwork in your house, your galvanized, your tin ductwork. This stuff is extremely sticky, and it's made out of aluminum. All I did was cut little bitty strips like this, and then sized it up. It may be really hard to see this. I'm gonna do the best I can on film, but I can't see what the GoPro's seeing right now because I don't have a LCD backpack. But you just put this in here to where you can kind of see where it goes. Just put that in there and eyeball it and put it on the inside part of this flange. You want it right in there, the part that hugs the flat of the buffer tube here. Once you have cut this to size and it fits now, slide it in there and gauge it up. Hold it with a finger, and it's kind of difficult, but hold it with a finger and then take a knife and score it on a line. Just give it a little bit of a score, just like that, to where you can see where you're at. Once you're done that, take it out. And this is a little bit of a laborious process, but what you have to do now is separate the backing from the aluminum. And it takes me quite a while to do this, and I'll go ahead and skip and get to the point here. Okay, that can be extremely difficult, and it took quite a bit of time. So what you'll do, you'll just kind of grab the aluminum on both sides and try not to touch it too much with your fingers, and try not to, mangle it all up. Pull this back. Don't worry if you have to touch a little bit to straighten out the corners. That's fine. It won't hurt a thing. This stuff is so sticky it won't even matter. When you get the backing pulled back far enough, then just take your scissors and clip it, and you're leaving yourself a little bit of a handle. All that's for, and then you kind of get this straight best you can. You're leaving yourself a little handle, kind of a tab, to push it in here. And I'm going to try to do this. I've already done it, and what you don't want to do is drop it like I did. It almost stuck to that paper towel. Okay, so you want to push it in here just like this. You're going right in the side, the part that hugs the side of the buffer tube, and you go in there without touching the side walls and get it up as high as you can on that little tab, and kind of give it a little curl and hope that you can get it to stick. And if you can't, then all you need to do is very simple. Just get something. I'll use the roll pin I took out and just give it a little touch. Just stick it to the side in there. I know the lighting is going to be poor. I hope this comes through. But if it's too bad, I'll just remake it. And once that's done, then you can take your pinky finger and go in here and smooth it out. Just push it and smooth it and get it as tight and as slick in there as possible. And that is it. That is all there is to it. And then when you take your knife, you can see that I have left a little bit right here. Take this, score this straight down. Once you've done that, then this will just pull right out. Go back in with your pinky finger. And then now I have 2 layers on this side and 1 layer on this side, and I think that's going to be about right. So now let me install this back on the stock. Like that. And I'll just test fit this this engagement system. I'm sure there's a proper term for it. I don't know what it is. Okay, push up on it. Make sure you can see the hole through the roll for the roll pin. Squeeze it tight, and then just kind of give it a check fit. I have absolutely no wobble at this point. I could probably go with one more piece of tape. Okay, so after 2 layers of the flashing tape on one side of the flange, or on one flange, and then one layer of tape on the other, you can see that this is engaged and there's absolutely no wobble. And that's what we were going for. So, good fix. I mean, I like it. It was easy, and it, you know, required no tooling or anything really to speak of, anything special. So anybody can do it. That's how you fix your Magpul CTR stock. Okay, I also want to point out that while this may be a good fix, it's probably a temporary fix, because I do notice some of the anodizing on the buffer tube kind of trying to abrade the aluminum flashing tape. So it was so easy to do. It's not really a concern of mine. I mean, if you just set it and forget it, it would probably be a permanent fix. But if you're someone that wants to move your stock in and out all the time, it would probably begin to wear, and maybe even start to wear on your anodizing. So there's probably a better fix. And I noticed that I can just wipe this off, or, you know, wipe most of it off, I guess I should say. But anyway, yeah, it's a fix, and based on how you use your stock, it'll either be permanent or temporary. And there may be other taping solutions that would be better. I wouldn't use duct tape. Don't use anything like that, because it's gonna become a sticky mess. But I like this, and I'm gonna stick with it. Let me know what you think in the comments.